Good afternoon, dear students. As you know that next week onwards there will be first online examination. I hope you all already got syllabus and as well as question paper pattern and even you know that some things about how we are going to conduct the exam. See, today's class I would like to revise and then once again I would like to explain about the portion and then as well as the pattern for first term online examination. See, dear students, for you 50 marks paper is there. Okay, so this 50 marks paper it's a consist of varieties of questions getting no, so it's consist of varieties of questions especially, so there is the objective types also. Okay, so there are 10 objective types questions are there. That means MCQs, so there are 10. Okay, then afterwards there are short answer type questions. So short answer type questions, there are 8, each carries 2 marks and then totally 16 marks. And then long answer type questions, so there are 4, each carries 4 marks. So again 16 marks, and there are define the following terms which we are coming from the keywords side. Okay, so you have to study all the keywords or the new words with the explanation also. So there are 3. Okay, so there are 3 keywords and each carries 1 mark and totally 3 marks, and there is a map also. Okay, so map for 5. So totally 50 marks. Getting these students? So this is about the pattern for first term online examination, isn't it? So again here one more thing I would like to clarify. So this map is there. Actually we are sending through PDF only with along with the question paper, the map also. Just you have to identify the place. Sometimes it may marked also, and sometimes you have to mark or identify your own, and then you have to name according to that question. Is it clear now? Then another one thing that, so here it is including the different, maybe the fill in the blanks, maybe the true or false, or match the following, like that all it is including, so 10 marks. So if you have regarding any doubts regarding question paper pattern, okay, so and even if you have any doubts about the syllabus for term 1 examination also, so it's my kind request, you can call me and then please try to clarify your doubts or whatever it may be. And once again I would like to tell, from history, there are 2 chapters. Okay, what, where, how, and when. Okay, so the first chapter and the next chapter from history, from gathering to growing food, from hunting, gathering to growing food. So these 2 chapters will come to exam, and then from political science, understanding diversity, and the next chapter, diversity and discrimination. So these 2 chapters will come. Okay, and I know that still you are not getting the textbook from school side, so already I informed many times, please download the PDF form of the textbook, whichever it may be. If you don't have, you can go through that. Okay, then even if you have any doubts, so please let me know, I will assist you. And from geography side, again there are 2 chapters, the Earth in the solar system and globe latitudes and longitudes. So these 2 chapters will come for first term examination. So there are totally 6 chapters for this examination. Is it clear? So once again I requesting you all of you regarding question paper pattern or regarding syllabus, and even if you are not understanding any topic from any division, whether from history, whether from civics, whether from the geography, so you please feel free to call and then try to clarify your doubts. Please don't carry with you only the doubts whatever it may be you have, okay, because whatever it may be, the things should be cleared before examination. Suppose if you are going to tell the doubts or something, sir, you may not understanding or you may not taught that things or these things, so whatever it may be, the different things after examination, that's not easy. Of course you can you can get clarified, there is no doubt there, dear students. But the thing is that, so it's my kind request, so before examination only better to clarify your doubts or whatever you are in confusion, especially I'm asking about my requesting in my subject, okay. So please, if suppose if I busy, then I will tell you, so after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, like that, okay. Even if I forget also, please don't forget, once again you can call me, okay, don't mind. Suppose if switch off or if not reachable, okay, so in this case please, I requesting you all. Now this class I would like to revise once again whatever are taught the syllabus, okay. Then don't think revision in the sense sir may going to give the question answers. Then I would like to tell regarding question answers also, it is very clear, dear students. So please go through the textbook. I know that I didn't give any questions, any answer. Then I told to prepare yourself only. Okay, so textbook is the best resources. If you are having that culture or habit to read textbook, then really that you will get more benefit from that. And the textbook is going to cover everything also, and whatever the questions we are going to give, so that's from textbook only, in middle only, so don't depend upon only the exercise part or the back of the lesson or end of the lesson. Only few are hardly 4 to 5 questions or 3 4 fill in the blanks or true or false or one match the following, so that's not enough. So that's what, so please go through the textbook, study carefully. You even you are not getting any word meaning, or even if you are not understanding any concept of the particular topic, note down. If suppose if you are uh, unable to call immediately, note down the name of the chapter and the concept or the doubt whatever you are having, and then let me call, okay. Thank you. See, let us start to discuss about the first chapter once again, what, where, how, and when. So dear students, history means this is all what, where, how, when, why. See, there are lot of questions and then lot of things, because so there are several things we can found out. What people ate, the kinds of clothes they wore, I am talking about, because this academic year, so this textbook, it is going to be covered the ancient history of our India, the earliest human beings, those who are settled in a different part of our subcontinent. So we are studying about them little bit, okay, not broadly. When you are going to higher studies, then you are going to learn in a deep way, okay. ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಮಗುಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಅಮ್ಮನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮಗು 1 ತಿಂಗಳಿದ್ದಾಗ ಏನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, 3 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, 1 ಇಯರ್ ಆದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, 1 ಇಯರ್ ಆದಾಗ ಸೊ ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಲು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಗುಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಏಜ್, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಸೊ the educationalists, the scholars, so they were actually designed the everything, okay. So that's what, so we are going to just focus, and that means we have to learn at least a little bit about them. See what people they ate before, I mean the insane, and what kind of clothes they are wearing. So now we all of knows that what we are wearing in the present day and what the clothes they wore. A lot of difference are there. In the beginning, maybe the earliest human beings they may not wore any clothes also, and even so we know that means so we are comparing in the present lifestyle with the earliest, those who are called as a hunters, gatherers, or even the earliest human beings, and so on so things. See how we are living now, the lifestyle, and in which type of house we are living, and how they lived in the which type of houses. Okay, and also dear students, we are going to find out about the lives of hunters, the lives of hunters and herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, craft persons, artisans, musicians, and scientists, and so the varieties of a people. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ಬೆಳೆದು ಬಂದರು, ಆ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು, ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾನವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಂತು ಅನ್ನೋ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So especially, so we are going to try to find out about the different kinds of people, those who are lived in those times. People in the sense, we cannot say all are hunters and gatherers, or all are the hunters, or all are not gatherers, but there are slowly they are developed as herders, farmers, and even some of those people they were become the rulers also, and some of the people they were become musicians also, scientists also, merchants also, priests also, like that. See, the society, it was consist of the varieties of the community groups, I mean especially the different occupations those who are followed. See, we are going to learn something about how all these the techniques, or how these the occupations were developed, by how they were turned into hunters and gatherers to all this, and presently we are what we call the modern human beings, of how we are living, and then our lifestyle and entire thing. And also dear students, so we are going to learn about so the games children play. Now you all of you knows that very clearly what we are playing today, and what they were playing in those days, and also stories they heard, the plays they saw, the songs they sang, so everything. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ನಾವು ಆದಿ ಮಾನವ ಅಥವಾ ಅರ್ಲಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಅಧ್ಯಯನವನ್ನ, ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಆಚಾರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವರ ಉಡುಗೆ ತೊಡುಗೆಗಳು ಹೇಗಿದ್ದು, ಅವರ ಆಹಾರ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವರು ಹೇಗೆ ಹಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಅವರು ರೈತರಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ರು, ಹೇಗೆ ಅಲೆದಾಡದಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಅಲೆಮಾರಿಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಆ ಒಂದಿಂದ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊ ಓಡಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಂತಹ, ಹೇಗೆ ಅವರು ಆಹಾರ ಬೆಳೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಸೊ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೃಮಿಗಳು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಫುಡ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಲೆದಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಸೆಟಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್. ಓಕೆ, see dear students, so people have lived along the banks of the river that we knows very well. Even the present days also, the most of the river banks, I mean the banks of the different rivers are completely densely populated areas, even the till today. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾನವನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಹ ನೀರು ಅತ್ಯವಶ್ಯಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ನೀರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ the human beings they cannot do any kind of activity. It's one of the essential. So the same dear students, in the thousands and thousands of years ago, even the earliest human beings, so they were actually so lived along the banks of the different rivers. Understood now? So some of the earliest people who lived here were skilled gatherers. They were expert, of course, and that is people who gathered their food. ಅವರು ಫುಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ತರ ಅವರು ಸೆಲ್ಫಿಸ್ಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಫುಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಅವರ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ನೋ, ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಫುಡ್, ದ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇ ನ್ಯೂ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ವಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಲ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸಸ್ಯ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ನಿಸರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ದೊರೆತಿದಂತಹ ಅದ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಆ ಕಾಡುಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿತ್ತು. They have vast knowledge of and even the wealth of plants surrounding the forest, and also they were collected roots. ಆ ಬೇರುಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ತಿಳಿದಿರ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ತಿನ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾಯ್ಸನಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸೊ ಅವು ವಿಷ ಆಗಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಹೊಂದತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಸಹ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇವನ್ ದ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದರ್ ಫುಡ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಮೂಲ ಅವರ ಆಹಾರ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳು. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ಹಂಟೆಡ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅವರು ಸಸ್ಯ ಮೂಲದಿಂದ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೇ ಹಂಟೆಡ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ look at the map number, the page number 2. So the map 1. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಏರಿಯಾಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಬ್ ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟಲ್ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾಗಳು, ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಭಾರತ ಉಪಖಂಡದ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಒಂದು ನದಿ ಪಾತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಜನವಸತಿಯನ್ನ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. See, some of the areas where women and men first began to grow crops such as wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು? ಸೊ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಏರಿಯಾಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವುಮೆನ್, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಬಿಗ್ಯಾನ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೋ ದ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಆಸ್ ವೀಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಾರ್ಲಿ, ಸುಮಾರು 8,000 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ, ಅಬೌಟ್ 8,000 years ago. ಸೊ ದ men and women, so they were began to grow first time wheat and barley. ಸೊ ಭಾರತ ಉಪಖಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು 8,000 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸೊ ಬೆಳೆದಂತಹ ಆಹಾರ ಧಾನ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವು wheat and barley. Understood now? So those areas are located in that map. So please go through that map. And dear students, so I told no, the math question is there for 5 marks. So these 5 marks math questions, it is going to be covered from history first chapter and then second chapter. That means from gathering to growing food. ಇವೆರಡು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇಂದ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೇರಿ ಸೊ 5 marks ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ದ ರಿವರ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್. And also dear students, people also began to rear animals like sheep, goat and cat. So first time, ಸೊ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಭಾರತ ಉಪಖಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಬ್ ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟ್ ಎಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಶೀಪ್, ಗೋಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಸ್. ಶೀಪ್, ಗೋಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಸ್. ಸಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಲಿವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಲೇಜಸ್. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವರು ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಕ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬಂತು, ಅವಾಗ ಅಲೆದಾಟದ ಜೀವನವನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನೆಲೆ ನಿಂತು ಜೀವನವನ್ನ ಸಾಗಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದ ಒಂದು ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಭಾರತ ಉಪಖಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಿ some of the areas ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, they were developed agriculture also. The places where rice was first grown are to the north of the Vindhyas. So first time ಭಾರತ ಉಪಖಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ರೈಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆದಂತಹ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ವಿಂಧ್ಯ ಶ್ರೇಣಿಯ ಉತ್ತರ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ. So to the north of the Vindhyas, so the first time rice was grown in our subcontinent. I hope to, dear students, you are able to follow me. So first time in our subcontinent, the places where rice was grown are to the north of the Vindhyas. To the north of the Vindhyas. See, the tributaries means ಉಪನದಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಕಾಲುವೆಗಳ ತರ, ಜರಿಗಳ ತರ, ಸೊ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. These tributaries are smaller rivers that flow into a larger river. ಸೊ ಅವೇನಾಗ್ತವೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಉಪನದಿಗಳೇನಿದೆಯಾ ಈ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಯೂಟರೀಸ್, ಸೊ ಇವು ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ನದಿಗಳನ್ನ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಬೌಟ್ 4700 years some of the earliest cities flourished on the banks of these rivers. Are you getting now? So about 4000 7000 years 4000 sorry 4700 years ago, 4700 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನದಿಗಳ ಒಂದು ಪಾತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ, ನದಿಗಳ ತೀರ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪಟ್ಟಣಗಳು, ನಗರ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳು ಸಹ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆದಂತಹದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ about 2500 years ago, cities developed on the banks of the Ganga and its tributaries. Are you getting now? ಸುಮಾರು 2500 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಗಂಗಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಉಪನದಿಗಳ ಒಂದು ತೀರ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ನಗರಗಳು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಸಹ ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, the towns and cities flourished about 4700 years ago, okay, and cities were developed on the banks of the Ganga and its tributaries and along the sea coast about 2500 years ago. Are you getting these students? So in ancient times, the area along these rivers to the south of the Ganga was known as Magadha. Are you getting now? So ancient time ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ so the area along these rivers to the south of the Ganga, ಆ ಗಂಗಾ ನದಿಯ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಭಾಗಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಭೂಭಾಗವನ್ನ ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಗಧ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ ಮಗಧ ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಹಾರ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಹಾರ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಹಾರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗವನ್ನ ಸೊ ಆ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಮಗಧ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಗುರುತಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ. See, its rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdoms were set up in the other parts of the country as well also. So the rulers of the Magadha, so they were so powerful, understood, and they were set up their kingdom also, large kingdom, and even so they were extended other parts of the country as well under their kingdoms also, dear students. See, throughout people traveled from the one part of the subcontinent to another. So the hills and high mountains, okay, because India it has the different physical features. Okay, the hills and high mountains, it's including the Himalayan ranges, deserts, rivers and seas, so made journeys dangerous at times. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ತರಹ ಜರ್ನಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸುಲಭದ ಮಾತಾಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. It's too difficult to cross because nowadays we are using different kinds of vehicle and we are using the techniques, roadways, railways and even the airways, waterways, like that, the modernized transportation and communication system. Okay, but during the time, so those people they do not have like that what we are presently enjoying the transport and communication system. So that's what, dear students, so travel from one part of the subcontinent to another part, so the people used to cross the hills and high mountains, it may including Himalaya or desert or rivers or sea. So all these things made their journeys too difficult and it's so dangerous also. Getting now? See, rivers and seas made journeys very very dangerous, but never impossible. But ಅನ್ನಂತೇಳಿ ಜನ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, they were crashed. So men and women moved in search of livelihoods. ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಜೀವನ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಏನನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಏನನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಣೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. So the men and women moved in search of livelihood as also to escape from natural disasters. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಸಂಗತಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಡಿಸಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ವಿಕೋಪ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅದು ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಡಿಸಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಆಸ್ ಫ್ಲಡ್ ಆರ್ ಡ್ರಾಟ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ and it's completely affect the human being's life and even those time also. See here, sometimes men marched in armies conquering others lands, beside merchants traveled with caravans or ships also, carrying valuable goods from place to place, and even religious teachers, they were walking from village to village, town to town, and stopping to offer instructions and advice on the way understood. So finally, some people perhaps travel driven by a spirit of adventure also, wanting to discover new and exciting places, and all those led to the sharing of ideas between the different people. So let us discuss in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.